Current time and temperature check, 10:22 in the morning, 58 degrees here on Tuesday, October 20th, 2020. It's the third week of October. I'm back in Salem, Massachusetts to show you what's going on during the haunted happenings. Again, here in the third week of October, a lot has changed. I'm here to bring you those changes. Originally, at the beginning of this month, I planned on coming to Salem every single weekend of the month of October. There's 5 weekends in October. So I was going to be here every single weekend, including Halloween. But after my last visit back on October 10th and all the new restrictions, I said I'm going to stick away from Salem. I'm going to stay away until Halloween. I decided to come back to Salem today, give you those new restrictions here in this video in case you don't live in Massachusetts, you're coming from out of state, and you haven't seen all the press conferences about those new restrictions. And boy, there's quite a few. My honest opinion, if you don't have any reservations or plans for Halloween this year in Salem, like if you're coming from out of state and all you have is a hotel reservation, but no reservations for tours or restaurants or anything like that, I think you should try to postpone till next year. You're definitely not going to get the Halloween experience in 2020. Hold off till 2021. Salem's still going to be here. This is a huge restriction. If you're coming to Salem this Friday, October 23rd, the parking lots are going to close at 2 o'clock. You can't get into any parking area after 2 o'clock this Friday, the 23rd. And if you're coming in the Saturday and Sunday, the 24th and 25th, all the lots close at noon. And that goes for next weekend. Halloween weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 30th, the 31st, and the 1st of November. All parking decks, all parking lots will be closed at noon. So if you're coming to Salem, you're going to be inside a parking deck by noon. If you're coming to visit the state of Massachusetts, and I mean anywhere in Massachusetts, and you're coming from out of state and you're not on that exempt list, check mass.gov for that exempt list. I think there's 6 or 7 states right now. If you're not on that exempt list, you got to fill out this traveler's form, because if you're staying at a hotel, an Airbnb, anything like that, they're going to be checking. They're going to be seeing if you have a negative COVID test. They're going to see if you fill out this form. They want to know if you're going to be staying at their hotel for 14 days while you quarantine. Just fill out the form, produce a negative COVID test, or when you get here, get one of those rapid tests. You can get the results in like within an hour or so. Or else you're not going to be able to stay in a hotel or Airbnb. If you don't plan on driving into Salem and you think you're going to take a train, well, think again, because on October 23rd and October 30th, between 7 p.m. and 11:30 p.m., the trains won't be stopping in Salem. Also on October 24th, 25th, and the 31st, there'll be no train stopping in Salem between the hours of 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. So that's pretty limited for train service there. Another thing to consider if you think you're coming to Salem for the last 2 weekends of October, everything closes at 8 p.m. That means museums, stores, restaurants, everything closes at 8 p.m. They want everybody off the street by 8 p.m. and they don't want any lines outside of these businesses at all. So I'm telling you, if you don't have any plans or reservations, I wouldn't come to Salem this year. Again, you're not going to be getting any Halloween bells and whistles. It's going to look like Salem during any other month of the year, except a lot more people. Definitely wait till 2021. And just like every place else in the world, you got to wear that mask. This morning, even before I got out of bed, I logged onto that Salem app. I told you about it last week. I'll put it again in this video. Got on the Salem app, was able to secure myself a couple of reservations for today. So I do indeed have a reason to be here in Salem today. What a difference a weekday makes. Look at this. Last Saturday, could hardly even walk through here. Today, Tuesday, perfect amount of people for social distancing. And those are the barricades I was talking about. See how they have the barricades up between the stores and the walking area? That makes it safer for people waiting in line. Absolutely no lines whatsoever. You could just walk into any store right now. So definitely if you're visiting, come during the week and not on a weekend. This is Halloween, this is Halloween, 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 Halloween. Look at this, no line whatsoever outside of Red Sandwich Shop. Just like most eateries here in Salem, they got the outdoor seating. Today, maybe a little bit too chilly for that, but again, no line outside of Red Sandwich Shop. Last Saturday, looked like it was probably about an hour line, 45 people or so in line, I counted. No line over here to get your tickets for the Haunted Footsteps Ghost Tour. Might have to get those online. Is that why there's no line? Currently, there is a small line outside of Covens Cottage, but no line outside the trolley depot where you pick up those tickets for the Salem trolley. And right now, there's no line outside the Hotel Salem where you can enter that building, go to the very top. We have luscious views of the city of Salem and Exeter Street while you have a cocktail or have something to eat. Right now, no line. Maybe a reservation ahead of time? I'll look into that. Wow, check this out. No line to get inside the Twilight House. That was a different story last weekend. I'm determined to walk out of the store with this t-shirt. They never have my size when I'm here. They do have an extra large, but I usually wear a double X. See if I can fit my fat ass into this thing. Got a great selection of candles and Ouija boards, fun signs, frankincense, sage, and myrrh. Horror action figures. They got pretty cool horror banners. They have Salem magnets, and I think I'm gonna grab one of those. Huge variety of Salem t-shirts. Those kind of masks and those kind of masks. A lot of construction noise going on right now, but hey, at least there's no lines. Speaking of which, I'm standing outside of Rockefellers. As you can see, no line outside right now. That's because you have to get your reservations ahead of time on their app, well, on the website. Reserve that table. I don't believe they're doing walk-ups at all. I think that's the city law right now. But good thing for me is I have a reservation for Rockefellers. So I did secure my reservation ahead of time, but it looks like right here they're saying they're taking walk-ups as well. So maybe you can just walk up and get a table here at Rockefellers. I did the safe thing. I got myself ahead of time. I did notice, like, for the next hour or two on that website, all the tables were already taken. That's why I had to get the 11:30 slot. As always, Rockefellers has that amazing Halloween decor. Got bats and skeletons hanging from every crevice. Cheers. High top table by the bar, so it's kind of like sitting at the bar. I'm technically like sitting in this chair, and I got my elbow on the bar, so I would call this bar seating. Get the menu right here, just put your phone up against it, and magically the menu comes up on your phone. Best things to touch. I just talked to Kevin, the owner of Rockefellers. He said that they are accepting walk-ups. You don't have to have a reservation, but they would like you to have one, because there's a chance there's not going to be any tables available. Restaurants are only at 50% capacity, so if you don't want to be left out, be like me and get that reservation ahead of time. I chose something different off the menu here at Rockefellers that I usually get. I usually get the burger or the flatbread pizza, but I got some boneless buffalo wings today. Side of fries, of course, got that Bud Light. Business is starting to pick up outside. All the tables on this side of the outside eating area all full. Don't forget to pick up that Rockefellers merch while you're in here. And if you have the guts and intestinal fortitude, you'll try that Heltini. There's all the ingredients. I heard that very few people actually finish it. If you do finish it, you get this t-shirt. Looks like there's a tour group giving the history of this building before a restaurant and bar moved in. There is history. If you go on the Salem trolley tour or one of these walking tours, you'll be able to learn that cool history of this particular building. All right, 10 past 1 in the afternoon. This is the current state of Essex Street. Gonna bring my to-go food back to the car because I have hard to get reservations for a certain tour here in the city of Salem. Okay, now that I brought my food back to my car, I can continue up the street and head towards the location where I have a pre-bought ticket for today, which just happens to be sold out already. That is straight up fall in New England. The dead trees, the tombstones, the cobblestone, different colored trees with the leaves falling. I can feel that Bud Light and the chicken sloshing around in my belly. The next stop is right behind the Roger Conant statue over to the Salem Witch Museum. Bright and early this morning, I was able to secure myself a ticket to the Salem Witch Museum for today. I wanted to help this local business out because I know they're not making too much money this season. It's a joke. I am about 15 minutes early for my scheduled tour. Right here, this sticker is my ticket. Again, as I always say, I can never take photos or videos inside this museum. That's why I don't come in here too often, but I decided to do it today. And here is a little description of what you would see inside this museum if I was able to bring those cameras in. Also, you have the price for admission for this museum. They told me to stand here on this purple hat where I'm socially distanced, and they will call me when my tour group is ready to enter the museum. They will allow me to film inside the gift shop, though. They have a great selection of Salem Witch Museum shirts here. I have that black cat one right there. All kinds of different witchy stuff you can purchase in this gift shop. Got some fun witches over here. Obviously, they have a bunch of hocus pocus merch out here. More witches than you can shake a broomstick at. Sally's more of a zombie than a witch, right? You could purchase witch books. I've never seen a Harry Potter movie, but he's kind of a witch, right? They even got the witch from Wizard of Oz out here. Check it out, they even got a flying monkey from the Wizard of Oz. You could purchase some Salem Witch Museum art, puzzles, bookmarks. They have a pretty great selection of magnets here. The one item I'm not seeing for sale out here is masks. No Salem Witch Museum masks. I should have recorded earlier. Someone was doing a penny press over here. You know what? I'll do it. It's a black cat on a broom. Right across the street from the Salem Witch Museum is Salem Common. Salem Common is a great place to come out here and get a photo in front of these fantastic Instagram art walls. Wow, look at this. Absolutely no line outside the old Main Street pub. Well, it might not even be open until 4:30, but look at no line outside of Crowhaven Corner or Why Nots or Remember Salem. I'm telling you, this is the time of year to come. If you're coming in October, come during a weekday. It's not too often in October you can walk by Crowhaven Corner and there's not a line to get inside. It's starting to rain now. I think I'm going to take some cover inside of Crowhaven Corner. Here into drinking something out of a chalice. They got your selection right here. Got a couple of Ouija boards down there for sale. You can purchase some sage, some of those magic stones. Is that even the correct terminology? I always call them magic stones. They're probably got a certain witch name to them. I do apologize. You can also buy some spell candles. Small for 17, large for 22. We have a great selection of tarot cards over here. Tarot cards, if that's your thing, they got them. And witch books. The complete book of witchcraft. You can buy different potions. I'm seeing the love potion, the money potion, the sex potion, and the protection potion. Selection of protection candles.
Oh, it is.
Mojo candle. Of course, it wouldn't be a witch shop without a broom. You can buy those in here. Of course, remember Salem is a fine wizard wear store. It's basically all Harry Potter stuff in there. Why not? You can buy those wooden wands. Reasonable price. I think they're like 25, 30 bucks. Over here, beautiful things. Remember, Salem is also the home of the Salem Witchboard Museum. I took you in there last year. Right there in the back of the store is that fabulous Witchboard Museum. Just full of different Ouija boards and all kinds of witchcraftery. Right there, right behind me, the Salem Halloween Museum. Probably the most underrated attraction here in the city of Salem. I took you in here a few weeks ago. It's basically the history of Halloween. It looks like you're walking into a Tim Burton film. Right now, there's nobody waiting outside the Peabody Essex Museum. This place is hustling and bustling during the month of October. They got a brand new exhibit out there about the witch trials. Maybe they're not open today. That's why there's nobody out there. But I will tell you, that's one of the places they do want you to prove that you are COVID negative when you walk in. You got to show your test result. 3:30 in the afternoon. The little bit of rain that we did have has already stopped. Lots of social distancing going on. This is a total opposite of what a weekend would look like. This is amazing. I bet you could even walk right into the Village Tavern right now without a reservation and get a seat. Ladies, if you're coming into town, you want to get that ultimate witch picture. You and your friends dress as witches. Witch Picks is your place. Go to this costume studio, get your photos taken. I apologize for the noise. I'm standing right over a building air conditioning unit. But check out the distance, the water tower with the Salem Witch emblem on the side of it. On top of Gallows Hill, I took you over there last year on a detour. You gotta drive it through a residential area just to get up there. Once you get up there, there's not too much to see besides the water tower and a creepy forest area where some kids on bikes scared the hell out of me when they came hauling ass out of a trail. You can also get a view of that water tower from the roof deck of the Hotel Salem. In a bit of news, I just spoke with an employee of the Hotel Salem. They said they are not requiring reservations. You can just walk up and go to the roof deck here of the Hotel Salem, get a cocktail, get something to eat. Again, weekday, weekend, different story. If you're gonna be visiting on a weekday. I kind of want to go inside Bewitched in Salem, but I don't even know how to get in there now. Look, they have all the barricades up. It could be closed. I know a lot of these places close at 5 p.m. during the weekday. Could be closed. The Omen Psychic Fair appears to be open. No line outside. Maybe you have to catch the line inside of the mall. Or maybe they're just closed for the night now. As you can see, they are ticket numbers here. We got number 48 in the window. Again, a little bit after 5 p.m. here on this Tuesday. And this is the only store I see a line out in front of here on Essex Street is Coven's Cottage. It appears they are doing walk-up ticket sales here at the Count Warlock Nightmare Gallery. A couple days ago, I bought my tickets online for Halloween Day, so I wasn't left out. I am going to be inside that museum here on Halloween Day. Count Warlock's Nightmare Gallery, the greatest wax museum of horror, from horror movies from the 1920s till current day. Definitely get a ticket to go in here. I think it's like 11 bucks, but get those tickets online. It was very easy. I think Halloween might be sold out now. Don't think you can buy tickets here at the door. So they did tell me they're accepting walk-in ticket sales. You can also buy your tickets online. That's what I did for Halloween. Adults 11 bucks, children 6 bucks. Under 6, free of charge. Again, I'm never allowed to film inside of Count Warlock's Nightmare Gallery, but here is the gift shop full of fabulous horror memorabilia. Look at those great masks. I'm seeing Michael Myers from 2018. I'm seeing all 3 of the masks from Halloween 3, which didn't include Michael Myers. I see a They Live mask. Seeing a couple different mummy masks. Wow. Oh, you know this guy. He's from The Shining. I'm not going to explain what he's doing in the movie, but he's in there for about 10 seconds. What's this? This is the Book of the Dead from The Evil Dead. I know it's got a different name. I can't think of it right now. I believe that's a zombie from The Return of the Living Dead. Whoa, you guys know those masks from that movie, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I know that the drawings in the book scared the crap out of me in the 1980s when I read those books. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. But did you see the movie that was released last year? And you know this guy from Mars Attacks. Check out those vintage looking 1960s masks. Sweet. I love everything I can get my hands on for the Creature from the Black Lagoon. I have so much Creature merch. I think I'm gonna have to buy a t-shirt. This is about the closest I could ever bring you inside the museum. Here's that Christopher Lee statue. All of the creatures inside that museum look like they're straight off the movie screen. The ones that are taller than me, I step on my tippy toes and I stare directly into their eyes. It is so realistic. It is so realistic, so real life. I know this iPhone video of Christopher Lee is not really showing that right now, but I mean everything's in there from the 1920s to current day. They are constantly changing out all the horror icons inside this museum. In fact, Annabelle just arrived here about a week or 2 ago, they were telling me. I've never seen her live in person. Okay, I feel so bad. I'm telling people that you can only buy tickets online for this place. 100% they're letting you buy the tickets at the door. Of course, you can buy them online as well, but you don't want to be left out, so get them online. Right now, they got plenty of tickets in there. Yeah, a weekday is so much more chill than a weekend around here. Before, you couldn't even walk around without feeling uncomfortable, constantly bumping into people. Everybody I've seen out here today is wearing a mask, and there's so much room between you and the next person. I'm not trying to detour you from Salem. Obviously, I want you to come to Salem, but if you're gonna come during the week. Bought a few really awesome masks inside a Coons card and gift shop. If you don't want to wait in this very small and fast-moving line, you can always purchase those same mask, t-shirt, witch hats right here in their outdoor kiosk. You can never come to the city of Salem without stopping over and saying hello to Samantha from Bewitched. This tour group over here giving you all of the history of the TV show as they talk about her statue. We even got an alien out here holding a witch in front of the witch statue. You don't see that every day. Vamp Fangs reminding you to mask up when you go inside their awesome store to buy some of those Vamp Fangs and some of those Salem masks. Here are the selection of masks that they have currently on sale right now, Tuesday, the 20th of October, here inside Vamp Fangs. Yeah, this place is great. You can get your incense in here and your candles. They got those magic crystal stones again in here. Look at these cool little coffins. I guess you could put knickknacks in there. You could pick up the Book of Magic in here. You can buy books of the occult science. These sick-ass fangs. Although if you're wearing a mask right now, kind of defeats the purpose. But if you're like, just want to be cool around your household, be badass, wear those in your everyday life, and then put the mask over that, that's cool. I appreciate that. Fangs if you want to be more discreet at the workplace. All kinds of Dracula type rings. Got some pretty sick stuff on this shelf. You can buy badass chokers and headgear. Witchy type purses. They got blankets and beanies. The old World Witchery store. Hex looks like it's wide open and operational. Just walk right in. Just like every other store, they got these stones, crazy hats. They got brooms up in here. Ritual incenses and herbals. The witch's altar. Look at all this stuff left for people that have passed on to the next life. Got some pretty cool candles. Different oils. Voodoo candles of all sorts. Whoa, they even got these voodoo dolls. I'm upset to see there's still no pumpkins outside the witch house, the Judge Jonathan Corbin witch house. Usually this whole walkway is lined with pumpkins in previous Halloweens. Today, not so much. You also don't see a line outside the Judge Jonathan Corbin witch house. That's because you got to buy your tickets online, and this place closed at 4, so it's not even open right now. It's kind of a fun photo standing outside the witch house. You get the house over there in the background. Looks like the house from Amityville Horror. If those two upper windows were closer together and half mooned. Night has fallen on the Peabody Essex Museum Ropes Mansion. But of course, you know this house as Allison's house from the movie Hocus Pocus. I know you're all excited when you saw the brand new photo taken a couple days ago from all the 3 witches, all original characters from the original Hocus Pocus, getting ready to film Hocus Pocus 2. Hopefully they bring that movie back to Salem. I could bring you inside this store with no line, but it's just like all the other witch stores. No offense. I've just been on enough today. Seeing the same things. 10 minutes to 6 p.m. and here is the end of Essex Street down by the Samantha Bee Witch statue here on the corner in front of Rockefellers. Looks like all the outdoor seating is totally full right now. No more places to sit outside. All right, I was able to buy a few things without waiting in line. Again, if you come during the weekday, no lines. Weekend, different story. It's currently 6 p.m. The Salem Halloween Museum is still wide open. Closed at 7 p.m. And as you can see, no line whatsoever. You can walk right in and experience that great museum right now for $10. Check out this spooky site, the end of Essex Street by the old Main Street pub. Obviously, Crowhaven's Corner. Things remembered and why not. It appears the old Main Street pub didn't open until about 4:30, so that's why there was nobody out there earlier. Right now, most of the tables are filled, and I can see inside the windows that they're not letting anybody sit inside still. That hasn't happened yet this year. I know I was over here earlier, but I just wanted to come back over and document the changing of the colors outside the Salem Witch Museum. If you've seen the brand new Adam Sandler movie on Netflix, Hubie Halloween, which was filmed out here in Salem last November, you would recognize Salem Common as it's prominent throughout the movie. Quite a few scenes take place right here on this common, right across the street from the Salem Witch Museum. Looks like I didn't do too much walking today. I got a total of 8,478 steps, which is a total of 4.24 miles. Well, that's going to be it for this detour documenting Salem, Massachusetts in the 3rd week of October. This whole video, I've been calling this the 3rd week of October. Technically, I think it's the 4th week of October. Anyways, it's October 20th. We're far into the season. I hope all these tips have helped you plan your trip to Salem, or if you're going from out of state and cancel your trip, I hope you understand why I think that it's better to hold off until 2021. But this isn't the right year to come. You're not getting all the Halloween bells and whistles. Honestly, it's a waste of time. If you do want to come, I highly suggest that you come during the weekday. As you saw today, a weekday is so much more chill than a weekend. You know what to do next. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. I always answer all the comments. If you haven't done so yet, please consider subscribing to Detours. Click that red subscribe button, and while you're clicking away, click that small bell. It'll give you instant notification every single time I upload a brand new detour. Check me out on social media. I'm on Instagram at Derek Millen, DerekMillen. And I also got a brand new Facebook group. It's Derek Millen's Detours. Derek Millen, '*S, D, Tours. And as always, I'll catch you on the next detour.